This is your identity function. The definition is quite simple actually. A function which maps real number to real number. It's defined by y is equal to f of x, which is equal to x, for each x belonging to R. Okay, so let me explain this off. Let me show this. So this is a identity function. As you can see, this is a set of code for printing and everything, and here you have set of things to make use of this basically. So let me run the code. There's a graph and everything. Let us see one at a time. See, here I have the domain as 1, 2.3 and Apple, and the range turns out to be 1, 2.3 and Apple. What is happening? Nothing. When you have an input and we have the same output, it is your identity function. Okay, now, so here I have the complete output. The domain elements and its respective images are 1 and 1, 2.3, 2.34, Apple and Apple. So you can see whatever input I am giving, I am getting the same output. Right? Basically, it will return the same thing. Can you see this? Here you have the identity function. Whatever it's taking in, is just returning that. Okay, so you might wonder why is this useful? I mean, it's not doing anything. Why is that useful? I'll be talking about that. But for now, you need to understand that if you give an input and the output is the same, then it's called as an identity function. Right? Graphically, when you have a set of input which are set of real numbers, what is the output? Set of real numbers wherein you have a straight line making an angle of 45 degree. Right, guys? So basically, let me copy this off. Let's look at this. So we have set of real numbers, and we have the output to be real numbers. If I give an input of 2.5, the output is 2.5. If I give an input of 5, my output is 5. If I give an input of 0, my output is 0. If I give an input of minus 5, my output is minus 5. Right? So basically, it just returns data as it is. It is a function that does nothing to the input. Okay. So here the range in the domain. See, the idea of identity function is nothing will happen to it. But yeah, we just handle what? Real numbers. And at the range also, we'll just get real numbers. So the idea is that nothing happens to the input. Of course, I showed you with variables and alphabets and letters and all of that. But here we just deal with numbers. So your domain and range turns out to be just real numbers. The use of this identity function. So this is not in a book, just for curiosity's sake, I kind of put it across. Often used as a building block for more complex functions or a placeholder, right? It's like, as of now, let us not do anything. Let me build this concept, right? And you basically build the basic structure. Like here, this should be there, here, this should be there, here, this should be there. And you start building the complexity as and when you finish the previous one. So this you guys will not understand, but say you have a big project, you break the project down into 4 chunks, right? 4 set of works, subset. And in that, you kind of put across your thoughts and you start working on the first one. But again, you don't want to miss the structure, so you can use identity function to occupy the space, right? You name it and all of that, and just tell return X and so on and so forth. Yeah, it's kind of tough to imagine, but you are not exposed to the complex problems and projects that is there in the real world, right? So in machine learning, an identity function might be used as an activation function. This is, if you guys have heard of quite a few AI bots that is online, right? So all of those are running under your machine learning and artificial intelligence, wherein they're using your neural network layers, right? In that, activation function is a very important ingredient. So they make use of activation function when no specific process is needed. So again, it's a placeholder, right? Again, it's only for your curiosity. You need not memorize any one of that. Yeah. Okay. So please remember the identity function. You guys don't need to memorize anything. When someone tells what is talks about identity function, just remember that for any given input, the same output comes out.